So what does an Aries sun look like? And before I go into what an Aries sun would look like, I just want to briefly mention how, we've been led to believe that we have one sign, and we actually have so many other signs. We have over 12 signs just in one system, and in another system we have another 12 signs. So we're really all made up of all the zodiac energies. We're just expressing them in different intensities and in different degrees. So for the purpose of this video, I just want to talk about the Aries sun, but check back for more because I'm definitely going to be posting videos on Aries moon, Aries Mercury, Venus, Mars, rising, and just the whole nine over time. So definitely keep checking back. So Aries sun, your sun sign is like your basic core personality. It's the energy that you carry throughout your everyday life. It's just like this very stable, consistent energy. It's like your primal, vital life force energy. Because Aries is a fire sign and it's the first fire sign of the zodiac, Aries are known for being so quick to get things done. You know, they're the first sign, and they're the first to get things done. They're so like impulsive, and they're so driven and so independent, and all that fire energy just channels into them just being like serious go-getters and like just fire like powerhouses in a way. It's just like once an Aries has their mind made up, they're going for it. They're probably going to act, then think later, but that's a great thing, a lot of the time, because sometimes when we think too much, we talk ourselves out of doing things, and Aries is great at just having a feeling, having a thought, and just taking action on it. So an Aries sun would just be someone that is very independent, very resourceful, very fiery, because it's still a fire sign, and that fire gets expressed in multiple ways. It can be expressed in the more shadow side of the Aries energy, which would express as more irritable or more snappy. Aries can sometimes, be looked at as the baby of the zodiac, and it just really depends on how the energy is expressing itself. But it's not uncommon to hear that the Aries is the baby of the zodiac because they're first. And so with that, when they are more in their shadow energies of that Aries energy, they can, like I was saying, possess more of this irritable, more of a childlike energy. They can just be really snappy. They can be petty. They can literally act like babies in a way when they're not in their best moods, or maybe they're not getting their way. And on the other hand of that, though, with that fire that comes from the light aspect of the Aries energy, it expresses in the ways that I was mentioning earlier, with their driven energy and their spontaneous, impulsive drive to just go, just fire, take action, just go, trailblazing. Like Aries is a trailblazer, and so just the Aries energy in general. So when that's expressed in the sun, they're really known for just absorbing all that fire energy, all that sun fire energy that's all mixing, because it's like the sun energy, because it's the sun sign mixed with that Aries energy. So it's like fire from the sun mixed with the fire from the Aries, and just creates this beautiful energies of fire and action and direction and drive and ambition. And Aries can also be associated with the magician of the tarot, because they can just take one thing and literally use their circumstances, use their energy, use their life, use everything that they have to co-create that experience, or literally manifest whatever it is that they want to manifest, because they just have so much of that fire energy, and they're so quick to take action. They're the first fire sign, so they're the first fire signs out of all three to just take action and just go for it. So if you want someone to help you be more impulsive, someone to help you get your fire going and just get started and just trailblaze and act first, think later, get you an Aries, because they will do it for you. They intrinsically have this desire, this motivation, this, like I was saying, this ambition and drive to just go and just make whatever they want happen. And they can do it at lightning speed because they're just so quick to act on it versus thinking on it and, planning and being very structured like an earth sign would be, or like maybe an air sign would be possibly all over the place, just depending. But a fire sign is just gonna go for it. They're just gonna take that fire and that energy that's boiling up and just use it from their body and channel it into their actions, their day. So I wanted to touch on and elaborate on a few more of the qualities and characteristics that I shared about the Aries Sun. And just keep in mind that this is for someone who has a strong Aries Sun placement and someone who has other elements and signs within their birth chart that are supporting their Aries Sun energy. Because Aries are the first sign of the zodiac, as well as the initiators of new life, as in spring, they are considered the baby of the zodiac. And because of that, Aries are so in tune with instant gratification. Like I was saying before, Aries is all about getting what they want, how they want it, when they want it. They're just all about making things shake, making things happen so that they can get whatever it is that they want, desire, or need. And because of this tie to their instant gratification, they have such a intrinsic level of preservation of self and the ego. They're so aware of what their self and their ego. Our ego is our 3D self. It's our human self, our bodily self. And so Aries are extremely aware of what their 3D bodily self needs and desires. And that is what makes them go after whatever it is that they want with so much fire and not taking no for an answer. But on the flip side of this can also lead to a lack of awareness sometimes within Aries because they're so concerned with their preservation of self and their needs that they're not always aware of how they're coming off. They might not always be aware of how dominating they're being, or how assertive or controlling they might be, or how fiery they might be. One last quality that Aries really carries from the baby energy of the zodiac is that they can be very sensitive like babies would, and that sensitivity can play out in so many different ways. They wouldn't be sensitive like a water sign. They wouldn't necessarily cry and be very hurt. They'll just be very snappy and fiery, like I was saying before. Might be a little aggressive, might make some smart remarks, but that's typically what you would expect as far as how an Aries would show their sensitivity. And like I mentioned earlier, it's not something that stays. It's a fire that comes and goes. Unlike a Leo's not going to come and go. A Leo's going to be more so fixed. And so because Aries are also ruled by Mars, they are the leaders of the zodiac, like I was saying before. They have so much confidence. They're so daring, so powerful, so bold, so courageous to just take action and go and lead. But having this Mars energy can also add in this like warlike quality to Aries. Like I was saying before, they can be extremely dominating. They can not take no for an answer when they don't want to. They can be extremely stubborn in so many different ways. They can be stubborn with taking advice from people, and they can be stubborn with learning from people. Aries typically doesn't like to learn from people because they feel like they know what the best way is to get things done. And because of that, it can lead to them not wanting to take advice or opinions or information and guidance from other people. And so a lot of the times they have to learn on their own. They have to learn through trial and error what works and what doesn't work. And that's like a double-edged sword, because it's like on one side of that, they're extremely independent and able to get things done on their own. But on the other hand of that, they might be resistant to help and to guidance from other people that could truly help them along their path. And just a few extra things that I wanted to add with the Aries energy is that Aries has such high energy. They're so enthusiastic and so active. That fire energy really gives them so much zest for life, so much energy to just go, 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 go. Like, just like a little motorboat, just all this energy, all this enthusiasm. Aries can also be very frank. They can be very direct, very straightforward, and they really appreciate people that are direct and straightforward with them. They don't like beating around the bush. They don't like to just keep things fair and balanced like a Libra, like their opposite would be. They're more about confrontation and keeping things up front and center. And last but not least, because Aries has all this fire energy, like I was saying, they're extremely adventurous. They're adventurous within their life. They're adventurous within their leadership. They're adventurous with learning. They're adventurous with just about anything you could think of. If it's physically exploring, if it's mentally exploring. And Aries will want to take on life and explore life and adventure through life in all its different ways with so much enthusiasm, high energy, and bold, beautiful, courageous energy.